Goblin.
Nice. In this episode, we are discussing whether the NFT bear market has any end in sight. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. The NFT space is incredibly risky, so always do your own research. And if you enjoy our daily content, make sure that you hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, subscribe to our newsletter, buy our NFT, listen to the morning show. You already
send us
know.
a gift in the mail. Like, send me some fucking gifts, you know? Like, there's
FTX.
Use FTX.
Just use it.
Freaking, you know, just come to our event and sponsor it.
Sponsorships.
Convince Kicks to use the camera we bought for him. Wait, what? Okay. Anyway,
High quality.
We're talking about the bear market here, and we're talking about where we're at. And I mean, for a bear market, I have to say there's been a lot of action. So really, if you're deep in the NFT space, unless your bags were just so heavy and you didn't take profits, you didn't trim, you can't complain about that much because a lot of stuff has pumped or is pumping. Kicks, you talked about this morning how the winners are the good traders, the active traders, and then the platforms like OpenSea that are collecting fees on every exchange. Also project owners that are minting out, whether they're free mints or not, they're getting all these royalties with all volume, like 1,200 Ethereum of volume here in 24 hours on ShitBeast, right? But like, what do you make of what you're seeing in, in the market right now?
Well, like if you're like someone that's coming into the NFT market and trying to be like serious, like
Are you on the right
microphone?
Kicks?
Damn it. This is all Nick's fault, dude. I have
and
many changes. Is that better?
Frederick,
yeah, it's like 100 times better. You're a regular technical whiz between your microphone and camera usage, Kicks. Thank God you are smart when it comes to NFTs. Go ahead.
So, yeah, my like, if you, I feel bad for people that are like entering the NFT space right now, and they're like, I'm gonna be a serious investor, and I'm gonna like, buy the good NFTs and the good projects that will last a while, because those ain't moving. It's full blown degen season. And the only piece of advice that I need to give that we're in full on degen season is the fact that It'll Poop It NFT is at a 0.62 ETH floor in top 10.
It's all poop it.
I'll poop it. So
I guess you could say ill also. That's actually an interesting way.
It'll poop in it. It'll poop all day.
Nasty.
And I mean, just like, there's just a lot of randomness going on in the space. It's very, I think a high percentage of the volume we're seeing every day is just straight going into like trading these things. Like, it's like, this is probably kind of what like Solana feels like on the regular. You know what I mean?
It does. The Solana guys are going to get furious at me because like whenever I say this, they like attack and they tell us that we're coping and stuff like that. But this is basically Solana right now.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if you're trying to trade these markets, like, you better have NFT nerds. You better be sitting in a Discord like all day trying to
and
get
as
some
soon
alpha.
As you find out, you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very quick moving. It's not the market for someone that's like, I'm going to come home after a long day of work, kiss the wife, hug the kids, and then go buy like an NFT. Like, this is not the market for that kind of person right now. This is like, people
you remember
that
those
are
days?
drinking. Yeah, remember those days? People drinking Red Bulls or like on Adderall, like, trading 5-minute wicks on the NFTs. This is their market right now. They
to make $150 off of a swing.
Well, you'd come home from the office, right, holding your briefcase, and you'd walk in through the door wearing your suit and a tie is fully,
hey, darling,
like, on
I gotta go get an NFT mint later today.
I'm home, honey. And then you would say, is the food ready? And then you would, kiss them and then go make a nice casual trade, a nice casual NFT trade. That was the way that things
you kind of check in the newspaper
a
couple weeks later to see how it's doing.
You were reading, to get the quote on the price.
ShitBeast is up 400%. Wall Street Journal.
I haven't even looked at this thing. What the fuck is this thing? ShitBeast. I mean, this looks like a Solana project, and the deployer is piece of shit deployer. This looks like a Solana project. Someone cared about this. There's high effort art on this.
Yeah.
But are we going to, so with Solana, right? Their
But
only
what I'm
thing,
confused about is how is this high effort art, but like also ShitBeast is like fitting into like the Goblin Town meta. Like how is that all able to be like? Were these guys like? Did these guys hear about Goblin Town in April and they're like, cool, we'll make ShitBeast and we'll be about a month behind y'all, but we're gonna get started now. I don't know that like how quickly someone could whip up like this style of art, but it's just so funny how like the meta of NFT trading, it's like very specific now. It's like goblins, like shit, like poop, like you know what I mean? Like we all gonna die. Like it's all themed to like where we are, which is Goblin Town. Like it for it all to randomly happen. I think there's just a there's just a Illuminati behind the scenes, and they've had this all planned. They're like, okay, here's the 20 free mints that are coming out.
This art's pretty solid. This one has
That's what I'm
shit on
saying.
the head.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a shithead.
It's a beast as well. So it's
shithead
literally
beast.
a shit beast, which is the name. So like the name is lining up, but like you can't crank this out in a week, right? 2 weeks. Like it would take longer than that, or would it not? I don't know.
I don't think it does. The thing you have to keep in mind is that this is only art, right? So we went from only art being enough for Gutter Cat Gang, Cool Cats, Bored Ape Yacht Club, all these entities from early 2021 to rise to blue chip status and maintain it for a long time, right? To then we started asking, well, what more is the NFT? Like where's the utility? Who's the creator? And we start to get away from art. But Solana is
I'm like very interested in this ShitBeast now.
Oh,
I know.
okay, but hold on.
The more that we discuss this, I'm just like, wait, hold on.
But it's just,
dude,
it's just like Solana. It looks like Solana, and with Solana, they're just looking for quote unquote good art, and for the thing to just not be a confirmed rug. You know what I mean? Like that's the stage that they're at because they deal with so many rug issues. And then if you have like a legit creator, it just goes absolutely ape shit because they're stepping on so many landmines over there with rugs. And by the way, Solana folks, Soul Legend said this himself, so don't kill me because I'm saying this. Solana is like admittedly hot potato style where the ball of money rotates from project to project and it's musical chairs and you don't want to be in a project for too long.
But you remember when I made fun of like Solana just like, like half jokingly when we like were showing like the lazy lizards or whatever that ended up being a rug.
Yeah.
Like I can't ever talk shit about Solana again with what's happening on OpenSea right now. Like this is weirder. This is weirder than what I was seeing on Solana. Like literally like go to their website, like the ShitBeast website, and just says your NFTs are a fucking piece of shit. I mean, like this is totally a not safe for work episode, and we're literally trying to just do like an analysis of the market.
Hey,
we're not even cursing.
We're trying to do an analysis of pictures of shit-based monsters, okay? And so it's very serious.
You can't see it here. I'm trying to zoom into it, but it just won't let me. The only description for ShitBeast is "Call me shit god."
Yeah, why don't you zoom out?
All right, well, you'll see the words "Call me shit god." That's the big message that we're trying to show.
You remember Wicked Craniums back in the day?
Yeah.
Like why aren't those like pumping? Why is ShitBeast pumping?
Your theory that new art is the move. No one gives a shit about the old stuff. They want something new that's going to pump and then dump. So like buying ShitBeast here is probably insanely risky. Honestly, we need to get like a Solana expert on the show to analyze the current.
Translate it for us.
Seriously,
sir, what?
I'm serious.
So to be like,
we need a Solana person
to give their analysis of this art.
No, not the art of the project and whether it's a good time to get into ShitBeast. Like we need someone.
Well, I mean, the time to get into ShitBeast obviously was yesterday when it was trading at 0.15.
Our Discord has been all over all these projects, by the way. So you were talking about paying attention in the Discords. Our Discord has been just straight up on point with this. Yeah. And so
I went into the Discord on Saturday. I said, "What's up this weekend?" And no one said ShitBeast. So I'm a little disappointed. I would have preferred this alpha. But yeah, really weird market. This is not a market that like this time last year, I'd be all over this. But like this kind of market, you really need to be glued to the computer seat. And since like, we're doing this show now, I'm doing Crypto Raiders. Like, Pio, you said this before. You're like, I don't have time to like, buy something that like I have to worry about within 24 hours. Is it going to go to zero or is it going to double? You know what I mean? This is like really like you have to be an active trader to trade these markets like successfully, I think. And I think honestly, most of this shit, no pun intended, is straight zeros on a long-term horizon.
Oh, all of it is.
It's all zeros.
yeah.
Except for the poop.
Except for Goblin Town, maybe, because they were the first. Like they could.
So the theory with the I'll poop it was that the art was very similar and it dropped right at the same time. Now, they has Goblin Town come out? Has Goblin Town come out and said that no, this definitively is not our shit?
But like, how did this come out right around Goblin Town? It had to have been the same people.
It reminds me of what was that? The beasts in the wilderness. It was an old
Where
kids
the Wild
book.
Things
Where
Are?
the Wild Things Are. This art makes me think of Where the Wild Things Are.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
I'm looking at a pile of poop in NFT.NYC. Like, have you ever read this children's book, Where the Wild Things
Is
Are?
it not the same? Look at
Because it's really not.
pictures.
It's really
Are you
not.
are you comparing it to like Goblin Town more than the poops?
Yeah.
It's a different art style completely. I get like
Totally, like just completely unrelated. There's no way you could see a connection between those two things. No, I get it. It's completely.
I would buy this style art in the bear market, like you
Yeah.
know, where the wild degens are. There you go. There's an idea. Someone knocked that out.
Getting tired of this shit.
Anyway,
JR Sports Card says Goblin Town has not definitely said ill poop is not there. So a lot of double negatives there, but I think he's saying Goblin Town hasn't said whether it's theirs or not.
but then
But
Generis
they haven't said it's not theirs.
Generis said Goblin Town team members did say that it was not them. It's not them. It's not them. Murakami announced an airdrop.
Talking about shit. Murakami announced a new airdrop.
I'm not sure I signed up for this.
I like
when we started this show, I'm not sure.
Transitions. This is
Wow,
a
that's
great.
up to 5.18. This thing's pumping like
Well, yeah.
crazy.
So
Huh?
yeah, you don't get an airdrop if you have the seed, right? So you got to reveal the seed, and then you can get the airdrop. So people are buying the seed to reveal it, maybe get a rare, is my understanding, and then get the airdrop. This guy Murakami, we got to see what the deal is.
There's only one seed.
No, it's ERC 1155 for the seed, and then
And it's 5 ETH.
yeah,
Holy shit!
it's
more
Takashi
than the main
Murakami.
project.
What's that?
It's more than the main project.
This is the main project. So you buy the just like Fuck Render Essence, you buy the ERC 1155.
Don't ever mention that project again.
You get the ERC 1155 and you turn it into the
How'd that
721.
turn out?
I lost $12,000 on that shit back when ETH was actually worth something.
I lost thousands on that. That was horrendous.
That's okay. I'll come
Absolutely
back in like
horrendous.
2025 or something.
That was when we were at Cape Cod, and you all were like discussing how this is the future, right?
Not the future.
I
just
mean,
thought
it
that
sounded
a good
like it was.
trade.
I just remember a lot of
There was still some
conversation
bullish energy.
and yeah, there's
I
a
mean,
lot
that
of
wasn't a
enthusiasm.
win, but the cartons came out of 8 Mansion. That was a big dinger. But yeah, so Pio, what I'm trying to figure out is that Murakami flower seeds is the airdrop, right?
No. So all right. Essence.
Okay, you got Murakami flowers official.
Essence is the 1155, which we were just looking at. That single one. That's the first one.
The
And that
flower seed.
becomes these flowers,
And
which
becomes
have a
the flowers, which you
4
need to
ETH
get an
for.
airdrop.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you
I'm
can
following.
either
Wait, I don't understand. So you need the flowers to get the seed, and then you get the seed to become the flowers.
No. You can either just buy this fucking project right here that I have on screen.
Wow,
and then
fucking
you'll get-
project. Okay.
and then you'll get the airdrop. Or if you want to play the rarity gambling game, you can buy that ERC 1155 to turn it into this.
Turn into these
and then get
ugly
the
looking
airdrop.
flowers. These
Well,
look
so they're-
like crap.
Yeah, they're pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie. But fun fact about this, just in case anyone forgot, an alleged 15-year-old, because some people could pretend to be 15. An alleged 15-year-old botted the Murakami flower drop and made $8 million.
Millions.
Yeah.
So just in case you were feeling like you were doing well in life, just a fucking 15-year-old made $8 million, like just literally just botting this. Just shows that you got to work smarter, not harder.
I'm basically
You know.
poor. compared to
like that
the
15-year-old could
15-year-old.
buy you. He could just sue you and drain all your money via suing and still have $5 million left over.
He could buy my place and then throw me out on the streets. That's what like he
Totally.
technically could do.
In cash.
Easily.
Yeah, and then bury me in cash basically, and still, yeah. I mean that I'd probably tolerate that. I'm gonna be honest. As long as I got buried in cash.
So we don't know how this Murakami guy.
That's my analysis.
is gonna perform. It's obviously performing incredibly well. He is renowned in the traditional art world in a big way. You know, did multiple album covers for Kanye West. Huge spots. Been famous for well over a decade. In the NFT space now, can I call out one thing that has me concerned? He's selling sweatshirts that say, I love NFTs. And then in the print under that, it says, but I am aware that they are troublesome or troubling for the environment or something like that.
Who is Murakami?
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, like, are you serious? It just kind of tells me that he doesn't actually understand.
But also as in like artist, he's probably in some circles where like, you know, they're like
that narrative's being spun.
You sold an NFT, like you killed a tree, you piece of shit. And so he's like, okay, I'll make like a t-shirt that says that like I'm still going to buy NFTs, but I'm aware of the environmental damage. It's kind of an interesting take. Like I like NFTs, but I'm aware of their environmental damage. Anyways, whatever. Free country, do what you want. I'm hoping Goblin Flowers comes out next. I'll definitely jump in on that one. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So
well, it's like saying I love smoking cigarettes.
But I'm aware of like the potential for lung damage.
But like everyone's aware of that, so it's not like you probably wouldn't have to state specifically.
Like you could basically say like I buy diamonds and I'm aware that like it could have came from slave labor. Like that's the equivalent of like the t-shirt, right?
Pretty much. Someone said that he's getting a bunch of backlash on it.
I'm a crackhead and everybody knows that.
Yeah. So the bottom line is we'll see what happens with these flowers. We'll have to see how I mean, this is basically Damien Hirst again. If anything, a more hyped up Damien Hirst.
More
hype. In a bad market, though. In a bad market. So look, there's going to be another meta, as everybody likes to say. There's going to be a new trend in the market that's going to emerge in the next 3 to 4 weeks. What the hell is that thing going to be, right? Because you're going to want to get the first one of that thing. Goblin Town started this trend. What's the next thing?
And I would like to say that I did very, very accurately call about a month ago. I said all the money in this market's going to be made on the new stuff. Yeah. And if you look at the volume, it's all new stuff. You know what's insane? It's looking at the 24-hour volume, and it's like Moonbirds are like 18, like Azuki's 22, Clone X is like 23. OK Bears is
You're
like
talking
30.
about unit sales?
No, ETH volume. In ETH volume, they're that low. Like I'm saying that like blue chips are like they're trying to stay in like the top teams, not even like the top 10. They're like, you know, they're like they're clocking in at like 20th on the daily, which is like 10 sales a day at those levels, or like 15 sales a day. Meanwhile, all of
Moonbirds is at like 6.
Exactly. Yeah, Moonbirds is like at
6 sales.
6 sales a day. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. The volume is so anemic there, and it's like all in the new stuff. So yeah, like looking forward, what do you want to be looking for? New project. Ideally is either shit or goblin related.
I see Sarah and Witters in the comments talking about one of one art. Please hold that. We need to talk about collecting shit. Okay, that's that's clearly the trend.
I don't think one-on-one art will ever be the trend because I think it's just a high-end market. It'll always be a high-end market where most of the money is made, and it's like a very illiquid type of asset. I don't think it's ever going to be the mass market trend unless I'm missing something that interesting.
I've been wondering about like, so if I bought a piece on Artsy, how long would it take for me to resell that specific piece? Or if I floored the piece on Artsy, would I buy a physical Damien Hirst and then sell the floor? You think, where's that coming from though? Like how do you,
4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that?
Okay, it just went from 2 weeks to a month and a half.
You could do a week-long eBay auction and you just accept whatever the fuck price comes up. That's what you're going to figure out what the real number is in that situation. I'll be right back. Go ahead and continue.
But eBay, Okay, Pio's just going to leave in the middle of the podcast. Don't worry about it. In terms of, hey, bye, host. So in terms of, I've run into the same thing. I don't know. With the eBay, though, you don't know if you're actually getting like validated or verified art. Like it's pretty
you could just
risky.
be getting straight scanned.
It's a
unless
risky
from
place.
A power seller or something like that. Is there any like legitimately interesting projects coming out in the NFT space the next week or two? Maybe some people in the comments. Is there anything legitimately
Doodles
interesting in the next 2 weeks?
So not exactly 2 weeks. It's well, almost 2 weeks. They're going to be announcing the next phase with their duplicopter. I remember as you were talking about that during your weather report.
Fucking duplicopter, dude.
That was hilarious.
That was when everything was crashing, right?
But-
I was like, duplicopter's coming out.
No one gives a shit. But in terms of that's the one that I'm looking toward. You also have, but most of it's all garbage right now, is like all this free mint stuff, and any level of serious analysis around it seems ridiculous.
Like that's what I'm saying. Someone's like, "What's the price action on this going to be?" I'm like, "I have no." Like, you could literally flip a coin; it's going to be just as accurate. Like
on the new Doodles project.
No, not on that. I'm just saying, like, on the projects in general. Like, is this a good price for a project? I feel like there's no way that you can like really like what's the price of we're all gonna die? Like, can it go to 2 ETH? I have no fucking clue. Is it gonna go to 0? Like, I don't know. Like,
oh, it's completely momentum based. The problem is like can those floors sustain new mints? It's to sustain when. Wow, my camera's going slow. It's hard for the new mints to sustain when the liquidity drops. So when there's no sales going on, everyone who's sitting there is looking at the floor price drop, basically, is what ends up happening. So they end up being like, okay, well, these aren't selling fast enough. We're not getting volume. And immediately you see price compression. We saw the same thing with this, what do you call it? With Goblin Town. It is even subject to that sort of wild volatility. And there's a bunch of other projects that are even more. If you have the immediate mint, I hopped into Discord the other day. I was like, what is everyone minting? Stupidly. I don't know why I do this, because every time I fail at this, literally just
people just want you to buy. You're their exit liquidity.
And then I go and buy it. I buy the top. The thing collapses immediately in price. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I just lost a few $100. Like, I could have gone to a baller dinner. Like, what am I?
Straight up.
I mean, it's an investment portfolio, so you can't really view it that way, because you're not. It's not, or I'm going to spend it on dinner.
Did you hear what It's Perry, or see what It's Perry said? He said, nobody has talked about AJ Vaynerchuk's and Russell Wilson's project Local Weather. It was originally 15K supply and then flopped. They cut the supply to 2.5K. That's like
wow.
an 80% reduction, and the secondary is still under the mint price.
Well, I wasn't interested in it primarily because it was pictures of
water bottles.
No, it was legs. So like, it wasn't even a face. So like, I don't know how you have a PFP project which is a picture of legs. Like, it just felt a little bit.
Maybe they're
odd.
gonna sell you like parts. Like, you can buy the upper body.
I just think they're going to end up in a challenging situation. I saw this before, and the agency side of them is strong. And what I mean by that is agencies, their entire job is just to make money. Like, it does not matter anything else. It's a campaign usually. It's a marketing campaign. Now, they've now built a sort of like venture studio / incubator / whatever, and they've been producing other businesses basically.
But I'm like confused with this thing. Do you even know what Local Weather is?
Yeah, it's a water brand basically.
Like flavored water with
something. It's
why
a
the
beverage.
fuck are they making an NFT?
Because that's because for fundraising purposes. I mean, they're following the same path that they did with the Flyfish Club, which I've not like commented on publicly, but let's just say didn't rub me the right way at VCon.
You know what the best part is that you still have to pay for the sushi when you go to the restaurant, and it ain't gonna be cheap.
Yeah,
you just get the privilege of going there and paying.
But here's
the prices aren't that bad. Is it at 4?
3.5.
Yeah, it sticks around there. I mean, AKA, I've lost a shit ton of money on this at this point, even holding on to it just because ETH has dropped, capitulated
what is it open?
price by 50%.
I'd love for you to take me on a little date.
Oh, now you want to attend? Okay, I see.
I'll pay half the bill, baby.
So I'll be straight up, and this has not been discussed, and I don't know whether I've been hesitant to bring this up, but straight up, they just hired women at this party that I went to, and it wasn't just like a couple; it was like 40 of them, and they were all basically. I'm convinced. I don't want to like cast a picture on them. I'm convinced, but I thought they were strippers from the strip club next door that they had hired to bring over to this party. So now there's like actual professional women that I was speaking to from the NFT space who I know who were completely oblivious to this fact. Like they just saw it and then I made some comment about it and they're like, wait, holy shit, that's ridiculous.
Like, what's going on?
Because I was chatting, I go up to the bar to get like water or whatever, and I'm sitting there and chatting with people that were there, and there's these women that were sitting right next to us, and I was, so I strike up a conversation. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I was asking them something about, oh, how did you end up at this place or whatever it is? And they were like, oh, well, they just like hired us to come here. And I was like,
so they confirmed it. They confirmed that they were paid.
The girls did, and then they also even had like a woman who seemed to be managing them or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like
the terminology for that is called atmosphere models. So you're a model for the atmosphere.
But
Was this for Flyfish Club?
Yes. And when I experienced that, here was the problem. It was regular hors d'oeuvres. I'm going to get like kicked out of this fucking club. I mean, that's basically, I've been like trying to avoid discussing this just because it was so weird. But basically, they also, in addition to hiring these women, it's all about the food experience, right? Like this chef is known for having, being a great chef. And so I'm expecting that I got to go to one of these Flyfish events. I'm gonna have this bomb ass food. And instead I had regular classic hors d'oeuvres that you would get from any like local catering firm.
Sushi?
No, it was just regular, like what any catering place would have. There was some fish, but I missed that part till I showed up late. But it was like literally like shrimp cocktail. So you'd pick up some shrimp and put it in cocktail sauce, which is like,
I like cocktail sauce, but you can get that from
I do
my
like
grandma
it.
used to just provide that.
It just didn't have that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Of like, of like, oh, I spent $10,000 or whatever it is to have access to this club, and now I'm basically just renting out hookers. Like that, I don't know. That just felt it was a weird vibe, especially like
atmosphere models. Okay.
I don't care, but no, I like how you're categorizing them. But if you see them, you will realize very quickly that they were not just
Kix is being very kind.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate that perspective.
PC approach. Yeah.
But
atmosphere
like,
my sister works as one. Damn it.
So that's fine. Look, there's businesses where that makes sense. If you were selling like a cocktail promotion or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I've heard about it. Is a lot of
liquor girls
drink,
and things like that. Basically, that's a standard thing for the business. But even then, Red Bull hires people young, youthful, attractive people to go out and hand out drinks and stuff like that and free Red Bull. I just think it was weird because you're not doing street sales.
So
like there's people who are at the event.
Club now?
No, I'm very interested to see if they hire women to show up at the restaurant in New York as well. So.
Well, Nick, we didn't.
Not
we
that
don't
New
need
York needs help, but yeah.
We don't need to name the specific event, but last year at one of the events that we went to for NFTs, a gentleman grabbed you and was like, "Oh, Nick, so glad that you're here." And you're like, "Oh yeah, thanks for having us." And you were like, and then the guy goes to, and this is a normal event. There was no prep beforehand. It's just a normal event that anybody would show up to. And the guy goes to you, "I hired strippers." And you're like,
yeah, I'm not going to mention that.
And then the next
No, I was
thing,
at the event. He was like, there's going to be women in the back room giving lap dances. This is at NFT.NYC at an event. I
didn't share that much detail that you shared that much detail.
Okay, well, there were a fucking 100 events there. So anyways, but the bottom line is I was like, cool, man. Like, I don't. If I'm at that event, it's not going to be some networking event. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
What did he say after that? Do you remember?
No.
He goes, "Don't tip them. They've already been tipped."
Oh my God.
And we left. because I was like, I don't want to be here because there was no upside at that point. I was like, I'm going to be the guy at the stripper party at NFT.NYC. Like, doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean?
That's a honeypot. I've read enough on Jeffrey Epstein to know a honeypot when I've seen one. You know what I mean? They're trying to get some blackmail on you. Next thing you know,
there's like cameras back there and stuff,
and they're co-hosting the Nifty Portal 3 times a week. You know, after the event.
Exactly. Who in their right mind would get a
if
lap
you come to
dance
our event
at an NFT event?
I don't know what the sex breakdown is going to be. Gender, whatever, but no sex. The gender breakdown is just going to be organic, so it'll be fun. And I can guarantee you that we're not hiring models at a place that normally, if you'd hang out there, is probably
would have
filled
models
to the brim with models. Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna bring a bunch of guys to the place that the models like.
Maybe
to go
actually, so Sarah asked if we get a POAP. There will be a POAP. Maybe we should just make it like an illustrated like stripper. Anyways, so
any ladies coming to our event, let us know if you have +1s for women that actually want to be there that aren't paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. What a terrible comment. All right, so
no, sorry, I was reading up on.
Sorry,
this.
I'm reading the comments also.
Okay, we're gonna do a show where we read the comments. Go.
Well, I was trying to see why Bored Ape Yacht Club was getting some decent volume over the last 24 hours, and it looks like most of the volume came from Tokyo Token, which is this like new Web3 company out of Japan. So I guess they just bought the Bored Apes to kind of legitimize themselves in this space. So I guess that makes sense. I was just curious because apes are a bellwether of NFTs.
Wait, sorry, Tokyo Token. What is that?
Yeah, I just noticed that a wallet named Tokyo Token bought like 6 Bored Apes, and so I googled the name, and it's like a Japanese Web3 metaverse company. So
look at this wallet. That is a badass wallet. You just come through with 5 apes. Right. Very nice. Very nice.
There you go.
So look, real quick, I just want to point something out. So this project, right, is favored by some whales that we know. This market is so brutal that this project
Did you sell?
Just can't buy a basket right now. Just wrecked.
0.28?
Just wrecked again. Wrecked.
It'd be like 2 ETH in a bull market.
We should have fucking sold that, man.
It almost hit 1 ETH and it just wrecked. And so basically the hopium on this right now is what do we got for listings? 1547 listings. The hopium is that paper hands get shaken out over a period of 2 to 4 weeks, and then the whales hold. And
do you think they'll have strippers at their event?
Only if they want the floor to go up. The nice thing is the volume's there. These things sell a lot, like a lot. So you got to let paper hands get shaken out. I guess that's the hopium. We're gonna see what happens.
They're doing. I wonder what the parent project is doing on Magic Eden.
It's not doing that well on Solana, but that's because the Solana community is not favoring.
They're like moved to ETH. They don't like that.
No, they're just not. They're not favoring quality. Yeah. Literally not favoring quality. And speaking of quality, I just want to throw something out there real quick.
Holler at the Nifty portal. Check it out. The nifty.com/NFT. Grab one of those. That's the flight to quality that we're talking about. And your boy Nifty Nick is, making sure that that price, I can't tell you what it's going to do, actually. That I'm just telling you that art's going to retain its artishness.
I'm gonna do some math for you.
Here we go. Are they percentages?
So each Boryoko dragon on Solana is worth $6,700, and there's like
what? No, it's not. The floor of Boryaku?
Yeah.
The floor on Ethereum?
On Solana.
Oh, on Solana.
Their parent project. There's only like
$6,700.
Yeah. But there's only 1,100 of them. So I just want to quickly see. So the market cap is 7.3 million, and this is a, 10K mint at $400. So it's at 4 million. I guess that market cap makes sense. So like the OG market cap's like 7 million. This thing is like 4 million. I'm not buying it, but I was doing some math.
Should I just be selling this garbage? I'm so pissed about this now. This was up at like 0.6,
The Nifty
0.8,
portal? Oh, I'd
like
floor that.
No, I'm talking about Akumu Dragonz.
You didn't sell it at 0.6, bro?
I bought another one at fucking 0.75.
What?
Nick, do you have like a soundboard thing you can hit? Like destroyed. Yeah,
Twenties challenge.
Pio lost $1,000.
Let's fucking go. Pio just throwing money out the window. We're just getting money, throwing it out.
Still trading. It's a bear market. Buying close to 184. Oh.
I don't know about the lyrics on this, but
I think they're hot.
This is a little preview of NFT.NYC party on Tuesday night.
so that was fun.
That was awesome.
We all stopped quickly too. That was on sync.
Okay, well, this was, I don't even know what the hell we were talking about on this episode. I want to apologize to anybody who stuck around for this one.
Don't apologize.
There was
Never.
no,
Here's the thing, man. Like I was like, Pio, let's do some market analysis, and you just pull up all the projects, and you're like, what can you even do analysis on? It's
like,
all
what
meme projects.
what is this world that we live in?
That's why I was asking, like, where's like the next exciting like batch of NFT projects coming out? Because I'd love to get ready for those. They could potentially do well, but it seems like it's all degen season. Did all the people like trying to make legitimate NFT projects just like pack up their bags? There's like, nah, crypto's in a bear. We're out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Doesn't it feel like the new project volume has kind of died down a little bit?
They're building.
They're building.
I think a lot of the blue chip people are holding off every announcement until there's a better market, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, gang.
We need some, well, go ahead. We're going to wrap it. Yeah, I'll leave that on as a cliffhanger, for the next one.
It's a cliffhanger. Still building.
Smash that subscribe, lick of the like.